Okay, this is everything you need to make 3 gallons of homemade mead. We've got our 3-gallon glass carboy, the airlock, some Fleshman's yeast, 2 gallons of water, 5 pounds of honey, 2 of the juicy juice, and sun-dried raisins go in at the end for extra nutrients. The funnel will make it easier for you to get all your ingredients into the glass carboy. Very important with mead making, make sure your glass carboy, the airlock, all spoons, etc. you'll be working with need to be sanitized. I use this acid-based sanitizer. You mix it with water, it only takes a small amount, but that's what I use to sanitize. First thing I like to do is open one of my spring waters, and I just pour about half of it into the glass carboy. This is to make space to mix the honey into the plastic jug. So yeah, get it about half level, then open your other jug, do the same thing, pour half of it in. You just want that empty half jug space. Now that I've got the water into my big jug, half of the gallon is gone. I move my funnel over to the little half-gallon sizes of water, and then I just pour my 5 pounds of honey in as much as I possibly can. This will allow me to close the jug and be able to shake to mix it well in with the water. So now that I've emptied all the honey into my jugs of water, you see the honey sinks right to the bottom. I'm going to take my funnel and I'm going to put it back into the 3-gallon. I'm going to cap each of these and give it a good healthy shake. It's hard to do it with one hand, but just really spend some time mixing the honey together in the water jugs. So my honey and water are completely mixed together. I spent a good amount of time shaking them. You remember the other half of the water is in the 3-gallon carboy already. All we're going to do is take our mixed honey water and pour it in the top. So you're going to put both jugs into the 3-gallon glass carboy. Now it's time to add my juicy juice in. As you can see, it's almost full. I probably won't be able to use the second juicy juice, but that's okay. It'll just be for another batch. So now separately, I'm going to take my yeast and add it to a little bit of the spring water. Put a lid on it. And I'll shake it up. Loosen the lid so that it can breathe, and the yeast will start to wake up. And I like to do that before I pitch it into the 3-gallon. So the thing with your airlock, you're going to put your water in here from the tap, just enough to get it above these max lines. That looks good. You'll be able to put the stopper into your 3-gallon. After about 15 minutes, I can see that my yeast water is bubbling, so I think it's time to go ahead and pitch it. Pitching means you're just pouring your yeast into your batch. You see it going in. Yeast is in. You can already see it getting a little bubbly and frothy on top. I'm going to take about 15 raisins and add them directly in. Now that everything's combined, you can see that it's a little frothy on top. You're going to be able to put your airlock in. See, your water is at the max level. And then you're just going to put your airlock in place. And you can kind of agitate it. Make sure that yeast is mixing in nicely. In about 2 days to a week, you should see that it's bubbling, and that means your mead is fermenting. So this is part 1 of getting the mead in there and the yeast pitched. In about a month, we can come back to it, and I'll show you how to siphon off the top into a new fresh container. You can add more juice or more fruit at that point and just let it go even longer.